Water is incredibly dense, meaning acoustic energy moves through the ocean roughly 4 times faster than it does through the air. In the early days of submarine navigation, sonar operators occasionally intercepted haunting, metallic echoes coming from hundreds of miles away. Deep inside these enclosed, analog hulls, crews documented the strange pings and groans, assuming they were mechanical anomalies or deep-sea seismic activity. But 60 years ago, biologist Roger Payne realized those distant, echoing frequencies were biological. He had uncovered the songs of whales. Researchers began mapping the physical origins of the sound, drawing up detailed blueprints to understand how whales were projecting these calls across ocean basins. Knowing the sounds existed was one thing, but without the ability to mathematically process the sheer scale of the audio data, science largely wrote the songs off as basic, instinctual noise. The ocean is an incredibly loud, chaotic environment. The water is saturated with overlapping frequencies from crashing waves, shifting currents, and passing ships. Human ears and standard listening tools cannot easily isolate specific, continuous patterns within this wall of interference. If researchers couldn't filter out the background chaos, they would never be able to determine whether whales were simply making random noises or communicating through a structured language. Decoding these vocalizations required a completely new approach. It was a data processing problem that demanded an engineering solution. The first step was capturing the raw data, deploying sensitive underwater recording devices to log thousands of hours of ocean audio. Dropped into the deep water, these acoustic hydrophone arrays documented every single sound that passed through the water column. To parse this massive data set, researchers applied an algorithm called spectral entropy, which acts as a digital sieve designed to separate structured biological signals from random oceanic interference. In this raw spectrogram, distinct yellow frequency patterns of humpback vocalizations are buried within dense green static. But when the algorithm is applied, as seen in this median-filtered graph, chaotic static drops away. A mathematical noise is stabilized, revealing clear, readable, isolated acoustic peaks. By treating whale song as a signal processing challenge, scientists successfully translated abstract echoes into a clean, quantifiable dataset ready to be read. This clean data allowed researchers to examine specific structures, like the sperm whale coda, a rapid series of clicks used as an individual acoustic signature. Analysis of these clicks revealed they follow strict rules. Researchers identified exactly 156 distinct patterns, forming a comprehensive acoustic catalog. These 156 waveforms act as a phonetic alphabet. Rather than making random sounds, sperm whales use these distinct codas as modular building blocks, combining and sequencing them to convey precise information. This is a modular communication system, one that relies on a specific library of discrete, repeatable units to build information-dense sequences. We can observe the depth of this system in the Mediterranean Sea, home to a genetically distinct population of sperm whales that has lived in isolation for 20,000 years. Their ancestors entered through the narrow choke point of the Strait of Gibraltar and never left. Within this enclosed sea, whales near Spain exclusively use a vocalization called the Western dialect, a rigid coda consisting of 3 clicks, a brief pause, and a 4th distinct click. Yet on the other side of the Mediterranean, near Greece, the whales use an Eastern dialect. It relies on the exact same 3+1 structure, but spoken at a much faster, compressed tempo. When mapping the timing side by side, the rhythm of the Western coda is clearly preserved in the Eastern version, just accelerated. The two populations share the underlying 3+1 structure, but the timing has drifted. Over 20,000 years, the delivery has diverged into a distinct regional variation. Beyond isolated dialects, humpback whale populations exhibit a process of rapid song replacement. A completely new vocal arrangement can be authored by a few individuals in one region, rapidly spread across ocean basins, replacing the previous song. As pods travel and interact, they actively transmit these new acoustic sequences to other groups. Because these patterns change so quickly and spread so widely, the vocalizations cannot be hardwired by genetics. They are being actively learned, shared, and passed down. The ocean is a network of overlapping, evolving societies built on shared traditions. While early human civilizations were developing their own distinct languages along the shores of the Mediterranean, sperm whales were doing exactly the same thing in the water below. The presence of regional dialects and learned vocal patterns suggests that the transmission of generational information is a process that occurs beneath the surface as well. These societies have possessed their own rich regional identities for thousands of years. This level of cultural diversity was always there, echoing through the water. We only recently engineered the mathematical tools required to actually listen. Translating these deep water signals reveals we are not the only culturally evolving society sharing this planet.